It's good. All right. So, everybody wake up. Matthias is about to post in like an hour ish. Okay. So we are doing a trade recap of October 21st, 2025. Um, on my evals. Okay. I'm not trying to really trade on my funded accounts right now because I want to be able to see everything instead of just doing it on my phone at work. But here we go. Okay. So, I took 3 trades today on my evals. I want to get my buffer as soon as possible. Plus, I want to pass as soon as possible. So, I took 3 trades, okay? Normally, I only take like 1 or 2. Maybe I'll take 3 if I do like a break even, a loss, and then a win or something. But if I win, I'm usually just done for the day. But it is just my eval. So okay, here we go. So we got market open. We came in at 50-50 on the day. We were kind of bullish, I'm not gonna lie, because on the high time frame we got um, even higher time frame. We got a 4-hour inversion over here with this, holy crap, this big old Drake 4-hour. So right here, we got this 4-hour. Mark this out. 4-hour inversion, okay? So yeah, we got this retest pre market open, but here's what we wanted to see if we were bullish. We wanted to see a candle closure beyond London lows, which we got with this one. But we also wanted to see this 1-hour fair value gap get tested into because it was unmitigated, which it did with this candle. Just because it swept London lows, that does not mean it's just gonna go up from there. Okay, sorry Carson. I wasn't on my phone, so I couldn't tell you like do not take that long that you did or whatever. I saw the notification like way early, or like way after it, and then I recognized that it was like earlier. So I was like, dude, he definitely lost that trade, or he definitely got stopped out. But anyways, hopping on the lower time frame here. So we got this sweep of liquidity right here. He probably longed in this one. Dude, I'm just straight up making you catch strays and stuff here. But we wanted to see this 1-hour get hit, okay? It gets hit right here. So we're looking for an inversion. Highest time frame. Inversion. That leg. So it gets tapped into. We get this up candle, then this down candle. Then we get this 1-minute inversion of this leg. So we get this V-shaped recovery right here. So we enter at the retest about right here. So we enter at the retest right here. We're waiting. Stops below the lows. Right here. Here I can just mark. I can just literally just display this a little bit better. So we enter at the retest. At the retest right here. TPs. I should have just expected that. With no news Monday, no news Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I shouldn't have expected that it would go all the way to this high over here. Like, where was I now? All the way to the Asia high right here. I shouldn't even have expected that, because price action is not gonna be that fast. That's that good. But today was a good day to trade. Today was a really good day to trade. So we enter right here. We didn't invert this 15-minute fair value gap, which should have been my TP1. Where the heck are we? So this is 15-minute right here that we just wicked through. I didn't see this because I'm not on my phone. I just set a trade. I had an alert right here to put stops and break even, so that's what happened there. My stop loss was at break even there. and then we eventually got stopped out at break even. So that was trade one. Yeah. So we wanted to see this get hit, which got hit, and then it gets retested, sweeps back down. We re-enter the trade off of, so it sweeps back down, sweeps these lows, picks up more orders and whatever. And then on the highest time frame was the 1 minute. So we got this big old leg down, stopped out at break even here. Got this leg. Whatever, I think we just entered over here. Even though we shouldn't have, but why shouldn't we have? Because in this leg, the highest time frame would be the 5 minute, but we entered off the 1 minute, I think. I think we did. Could have been the 2 minute. And we entered off. We were about right here. Okay, we were about right here in this Valley gap. I think that's where we entered off, and then we had TP at, like, dude, my TP should not be at Asia high. But it was, we low-key should have held, I'm not gonna lie. But we had a bearish SMT on ES. So we had a bearish SMT. ES looked so much better today. But we had this bearish SMT that ES took out Asia highs already. And then we got an dude, there's just too much stuff on my screen, bro. What is this? So we had a bearish SMT, and then we got I think it was just this inversion. No, it was a higher time frame inversion. Whatever, we got a higher time frame inversion, probably one of these legs. So I exited, and I think I would have got stopped out at break even right here, but yeah. So as soon as this got swept, I went to break even, and I think we would have got stopped out. So we exited early anyways, and we took about a $400 profit. And normally that would be good enough for me, but I'm trading on Evals, so I really just want to pass as soon as possible so I can actually start making some money. But anyways, that was our second trade. We exited early, plus $400, whatever. But okay, so I trade ICT concepts. I would suggest just trading one strategy, but do whatever you want. Okay, one strategy, master that strategy, and then you can move on to another strategy. But here is another strategy. I'm gonna try to explain it as best I can. It's all ICT concepts, okay? So this is a rejection block right here. So it's this wick, plus a down candle right after the wick, and then it's from here, top of this wick to the bottom of the wick. And then as you can see, it gets respected, no candle closures above the rejection block, and then you get this big move down. And on this big move down, you want to use a fib tool. Along with key time frames. Okay, so get this high, this low, and this leg. And as you can see, midnight open the day before. So yeah, right here, midnight open, 0-0 is perfectly aligned with, not perfectly, but pretty much a lot. Wait. I think it was this one. Yeah, New York lunch. So I saw this like I didn't use the fib tool with this one because I forgot. Dude, this is wrong. Did I use it right here? Yeah. So with this low and this midnight open, I did use this whole leg. Okay. So as you can see, it almost perfectly lines up with this 0.62 mark. So I went in the middle. I basically just top ticked this bitch. This thing. So I went in the middle of the midnight open and the 0.62 mark. You can literally put your stops above this 0.62 mark or above 0.79 mark or above this the start of it or above the 50% of this rejection block, which I had it at the above the 50%, or you can put it all the way up past this high. But anyways, this is almost perfectly aligned. So this is your entry right here. I literally almost top ticked this thing, but my take profit was at 9 a.m. open, and so I entered right here. I get this big candle down, and then it keeps wicking, and it inverts like a 1 minute or like a lower time frame than the 5 minute. I think it was probably like a 3 minute. But it inverts that, and I exit early. Even though I had my stops up here, which wouldn't have stopped me out, I literally got a full delivery after. But I exited early, and I didn't get that full delivery. But I think it was because New York PM just opened, and it started reversing back into this 50%, 0.62, 0.79 mark. And I just didn't want to lose capital on my evals, so I exited early. I'm about plus 900 on the days for my evals, but I really would have got full delivery right here if I just waited it out. But didn't. So unfortunate for us. Just very unfortunate that I got break even over here and had a bearish SMT plus an inversion. So you gotta use bearish SMTs or SMTs as a sign to get out. Because after an SMT and an inversion, I would take that short. Even though my bias was bullish, if I saw that, if I was waiting, and I get an SMT plus an inversion, I'm taking that short, and I'm targeting first presented 5 or 15 minute. But anyways, yeah, that is another strat if you guys want to use that. I wouldn't recommend using multiple strats. It looks like we didn't invert this 15, so I like, dude. Plus we respected this 15-minute inversion. But I exited early. I would have got full TP on there, targeting 9 a.m. open. But unfortunate. But yeah, that was today's trade recap. We will be back tomorrow. I probably won't be targeting super high stuff. I mean, we got pretty much equal highs right here with PM high, lunch high, and Asia high. So I'm looking for longs tomorrow. Hopefully it chops. And sits in this 1 hour free value gap, and then we get like a bullish signal saying like, so if it sits here and then sweeps this old AM low, I would target all the way up here because the draw on liquidity would be so high, the DOL would be so probable, whatever. But looking at ES, it's most likely not gonna happen unless ES leads, and we hopefully, I mean, it stays in this 1 hour inversion. Stays in this 1 hour inversion. I think there's a 4 hour inversion. Yeah, 4 hour inversion right here. And I mean, it would take a lot to disrespect it, but it could also hit this 4 hour fair value gap unmitigated. I'm gonna put an alert right there. Do I expect London and Asia to take that out or hit that? Probably not, but who knows. Okay, so that's what I would want to see. I got OTPs up here. We got low resistance 4 hours right here, which is also, yeah, just PM high and lunch high. But you know, that's what we would like to see. If it hits this, and I would also like to see this get swept. But I mean, that's a big move. Asia and London combined could do it, but it's a pretty big move. I think it's more probable that NQ sweeps it first and then ES leads going bullish. But yeah, that was trade recap. There's a lot of strategies that I do use. I like to use inverse fair value gaps is my #1 option. As you can see, I took 2 trades with that. That would be reversals, and then I would also like to see continuations, probably second. So say we got a 15-minute bearish candle, didn't sweep this, and we got a 5-minute retracement back up. To a 5-minute fair value gap, and then it continues, whatever. So you know, that would be a continuation. Inverse fair value gaps would be a reversal. So we sweep this, and then we get an inverse fair value gap. So we sweep this completely, get an inverse fair value gap to the upside, where there's going to be draws on liquidity. We also gotta keep in mind that we are bullish on a higher time frame, and there's not really any draws on liquidity to the downside, so we would have been pretty bullish anyways. And then I like to use, I'd probably put unicorn, but that's pretty much inverse fair value gaps. We actually almost got a unicorn today, but you know, price action was just too slow, which would have been, I think it was on the 1 minute. Yeah, it was right here. So we got this low right here, and then this high, and then I would want to see this low go lower than this low, but it didn't. And then, you know, it just inversed it right away, left. And with this one, it left no fair value gap for that 1 minute, so that is not a unicorn. We also almost got one on the 5 minute. With this one, so we got a low, a high, a lower low, but with this 5 minute for value gap to the downside, this bearish one, I would have liked to seen it, this one, Drake up and then leave a fair value gap instead of just leaving this fair value gap, because I like to see it inverse and then leave a fair value gap at the same time. That would be unicorn. And then you would have the breaker block right here, which technically is a breaker block, but it didn't leave a fair value gap with this inversion, with the inversion. So that would have been with these 3 candles. But if this one left a fair value gap, I would count that as unicorn too. But anyways, yeah. And then I like to use the fib and rejection block strat, which literally would have worked. It doesn't appear every day like AMD or like an inversion or like a continuation would or something. But you know, when it does, it has like a 90% win rate, which it literally would have worked too if I just held, but I didn't hold. So plus 900 of the day, guys. That's basically the trade recap. Gonna end it right there. So those 9 a.m. opens and that midnight open is not really usable anymore. But yeah. That is it. I don't think there's anything else to erase. Looks pretty clean. Got 3 drawings. I think it's just for value gaps. That one. But yeah, guys. That's it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Probably be trading tomorrow. Try to do my evals again. Thursday, normal trading day. Friday, wait till 9 at least. I think there's 8:30 news. Oh, also, shout out Ian. I got rid of some tabs and stuff, so I only have really just my trading tabs plus like some other 2 questions before the trading view. But yeah. Yeah, we can actually look at the news right now. Yeah. Likely no trades before 9 a.m. at least. Do not trade Monday after high impact news like this on Friday and a no news Monday. Yeah, likely no trades Monday. With this high impact news, there's going to be volatility in the market. I don't know if that would carry over to Monday. I don't think so. We also got a no news Tuesday, which is not that good. We got freaking FOMC Wednesday. What the heck? You don't have to worry about 1:30 p.m. Press conference is just going to be what they said in the statement. But you got to worry about the statement and the federal funds rate. That's actually going to be big news. So I will be trading Wednesday, not after 1. Close your trades before 1. Thursday, tentative. We'll likely be trading. That's a normal trading day. The time could change to whatever time. Friday is a normal trading day. These 3 will likely not really make a difference at all in your trade, so you can literally just trade whenever, and just know that the market's gonna move. The price action shouldn't be bad those days. But yeah, no trades before 1 on Wednesday. No trades after or at 1 on Wednesday. And yeah, that is all I gotta say. So thank you for watching. Questions in the comments.